to be a little bit controversial, but as a lawyer who failed 8 classes when I was in law school, I have a few thoughts about Kim Kardashian failing the bar exam. And yes, this is controversial, but she is sort of my role model right now. She's the role model that I wish I would have had when I was in the midst of failing 8 classes in law school, getting into academic caution. And I know people will say that, oh, that's crazy. How can Kim Kardashian be your role model? Honestly, taking away the criticism she's getting that, there's bigger problems in the world, she's rich, you know what, like, that may be true, that does not invalidate how she's feeling right now. Because her showing her emotions in that video was a reflection of the emotions that I had when I kept failing class after class after class. Every single class that I had failed became more and more detrimental to my self-esteem and my self-confidence in completing my law degree. But look, when I had gotten into academic caution, like I was getting calls from my university telling me that I was in academic caution, and they were like contacting me that like I needed to improve my grades quick, otherwise my standing at the university would be at risk. At the time, there were no one else around me that were failing classes. The ones that I started law school with were progressing way ahead of me. Those that I had classes with, they weren't failing. There wasn't anyone that I knew of that were failing their classes. So failing my classes felt like a very, very isolating experience. I had those feelings of not being good enough, not feeling good enough, not being smart enough to be a lawyer. Honestly felt pointless at this point to even try to finish my law degree because I had failed so many times. And there was no law influencer that I could find out there that was experiencing the same thing that I was experiencing. And Kim Kardashian fails her bar exam, and my first thought is literally, she had become my role model, at least my third year, fourth year law student self. Because here's how I see it. Everyone knows that she's rich. She has a lot of money. She technically does not need to have a law career. She could stay famous for being famous her whole entire life. That's besides the point. Look, I'm not saying that she's my role model because of her fame or anything else that she does. I'm saying that she's my role model. It made me feel like I haven't been alone this whole time. All those moments that I was also down in the dumps, in huge funks, in a slump because I couldn't really figure a way out of my 8 failed classes, trying to improve it. You know what? I live in Australia, so you don't need to do the bar exam to get admitted as a lawyer. And this is only hearsay, but I have heard how hard the California bar exam is. Yeah, I do admire Kim Kardashian for sharing her vulnerability here. And I don't agree with everyone is saying that, there's bigger problems in the world, like why is she crying? She is so valid for how she feels, because failing, even though you can always